Welcome all to Rubicon 3, where the newest From Software video game Armored Core 6 Fires of Rubicon was filmed. We are so happy to have you visit here on our home planet, where it is either the middle of winter or the desert in one specific spot. The local wildlife can be hostile, so I would recommend if you don't feel comfortable taking on a flying sea spider or a robot worm, to call your local independent mercenaries. They shouldn't be too much of a worry though, it only made half the players, including this young man, want to quit on the Chapter 1 boss.
Thank you, From Software. Now I hate my life.
How's it going, everybody? My name is Landon, but on here I go by Landum. I've been bombarded by mech-related content for a while, mainly in the form of anime, and I just don't like it. Code Geass and Evangelion? Boring. Bionicle's good stuff, though. I know that's not anime, but still. Armored Core 6 is a mech game, though, and it's really cool. It's super enjoyable. I, as most people, are probably excited to see a new game out from Software and Bandai Namco, and ran to check out this game. The super in-your-face, high-octane, fast-paced combat makes it endlessly enjoyable to have fun on this game while still getting slapped around at 1 AM by a giant sea spider on a school night. It's from Soft, though. What'd you expect? AC6 isn't necessarily for the weak, I'd say, and if you weren't dying to the tutorial boss over and over again, did you really get the full experience? As cool as this game is, though, what does it mean for the future? Has it successfully revived an entire genre in the mecha genre, or just the Armored Core series? And most importantly, is the game even good? I want to start out just talking about how deviously wonderful this game is. When I started out, I was very blind coming into the Armored Core series, as well as FromSoft games. I'll admit it, I haven't really played anything by FromSoft. I know that seems like a crime in today's gaming space if you consider yourself a person who plays games a lot, but I haven't. I played Elden Ring for a little bit, and that was really it. I really enjoyed this game off launch, probably one of the most enjoyable launches I've had with the game. No issues, no lag, no anything. I mean, there's not really online starting off, but the game really had zero issues running, and I was having a ton of fun on it. I'm a super brute force type of player in games I don't know crap about, so if I run into a wall where I keep getting stuck, I just keep trying over and over again with the same thing until I expect to get different results, which generally doesn't happen, especially in AC6. The whole idea of this game is to learn how to make effective builds to counter the opponent. Rarely the same build works on another boss, but once you beat a boss, and there's some absolute stupid hard bosses, let me just say that, you go from this game sucks to I love this game in about 2 seconds. Some of the missions early on are a bit short, but it really just shapes the direction of the game, like learning mechanics and just getting acquainted with the game before they break your spirit on Operation Wall Climber eventually. When I saw this mission, and especially the desert one, I was really impressed by the character design on the game. The I-beam in the desert mission was really cool, and the Chapter 1 boss just kind of feels like if a random kid drew something up on a sketch pad. Give him infinite ammo, 1,000 laser guns, missiles, flamethrower, a flame sword, and he can wham you. That's the kind of stuff I love, though. I hated playing him, but I had to appreciate how actually sick and mind-blowing the design was and how it was to play each time. You don't run into any similar bosses, so despite the difficulty, everyone has a gimmick. It can be rough, but they look dope. My favorite was either the Chapter 1 boss, I mean the worm was a pretty cinematic looking fight, was pretty sick, or the boss in the random part of Chapter 2. I was running missiles and double machine guns to beat it in this fiery atmosphere, had me thinking I was about to hear the BFG Division song from Doom to play in my headset. Some of the dialogue between you and other NPCs on your team is also kind of hilarious early on, because they sound like an overly done anime dub voice.
That was just the warm-up. Look alive, maggots! Hey, Mop Top! Sir! What do they call you, maggots?
They did such a great job with the combat also, because from trailers and gameplay reveals, this game looked absolutely stressful to control. But when you actually get into the game, it's been laid out so very easily for you. Like, yes, it is tough, but I mean, it's kind of more about learning attack patterns and how to counter. And there's definitely times where it's not even skill, it's just pure brute force. The tank legs paired with mostly any gun, specifically the Gatling gun, since, that's kind of what I used to no-life my way through this game. It's pretty easy with this build to just brute force and out DPS the boss fights, so if you do need help, just do that. It straight up just looks dope. Guns, missiles, explosions, bombs. It's the American dream in a Japanese video game. Not to mention the insane amounts of customization you can have on the paint and assembly areas on the menu. These make it possible to have like 10 hours on the game and 5 of those in the mech editor. I think the vast majority of people just made the Eva 1 or whatever it is from the anime. I tried to make some cool color combos. it's just red and black, to be honest. I don't know why I was trying to make it sound like I had an AC6 art degree or something. I put the pink colorway on the guns because I thought it looked cool. So is the story even good, you ask? At the time of writing this and recording, I'm about probably 20 plus hours in and I'm just about done with chapter 4. But I mean, the story's pretty good, I'd say that. The Aira person is interesting. So far, she just kind of showed up and is kind of here, so I don't know about that, but sure. I like the handler dude a lot more than this air person because they're always in their dang feelings about some crap.
Raven, must you always put your life on the line?
You gave me the mission! And this dude Walter's just like, hey 621, that was some dope stuff you did today, my boy. Rest up, cause we're going on another suicide mission tomorrow. These two people, Air and Cinder, are just kind of always on your back and in your ear during missions about stuff. I'll wrap up my more or less review section, aka the entire video, with just, the game is sick. If you have any interest in hard boss fights and fast-paced robot combat, I would highly encourage you to check out this game. Armored Core 6 was a big success, I would say not only for FromSoft, but for the whole franchise of Armored Core. The Armored Core games definitely have its fans, but I would say most of us played AC6 without any previous Armored Core experience. Thankfully, the global success of Elden Ring has really paved the way so that anything this company touches usually pops up on most people's radars. The old Armored Core games have pretty decent reviews, but they were never given the same treatment or really looked at the same as Dark Souls, or even compared by the two. But, you know, it's obviously not fair to compare the two games from a mechanical standpoint because they're very different, and I think a lot of people went into Armored Core expecting it to be very Souls-esque. If this game wins a few awards, I would be a little surprised just because a lot of people didn't find this game as accessible as a game like Elden Ring. And as popular as a game this is currently, without the history and popularity like Dark Souls that Elden Ring had, this game is definitely a harder game to get into for most people. Well, FromSoft will turn their attention towards the Elden Ring DLC next, and hopefully by the time that comes out, I'll actually have a chance to play Elden Ring. So I doubt that we'll see Armored Core back for a long time, maybe a couple years, who knows, but you know, for the meantime, we have a lot of content to play around with here. That's about it for me today. I can't really recommend this game to you more than I already have. It also maintained a $60 price, you know, amidst the whole gaming inflation crisis of 2023. So use that 10 bucks that you were gonna save up for this game and put it towards like snacks or saving for Starfield or just whatever you want. All right, a huge thanks to anybody who checked out the last video I put out about gaming consoles and stuff. That was like a really huge video for me, and I appreciate anyone who commented, liked, you know, checked out the video and all that stuff. So, you know, stick around and go watch some of my other content or go outside, do school. You know, there's a lot of other stuff to do right now. We're getting into one of the best seasons of the year. A lot of games coming out, fall weather, football's on, you know. Go have some fun, guys. You know, anyway, I will see you around next time and love you guys.